Well, deaths from this virus have been heavily covered over the past few months. We've covered them in some detail on this show. We should. But far less attention, virtually none really, has been given to the hidden agony resulting from months of lockdown. As of tonight, 1/3 of all Americans show signs of depression or anxiety or both, according to the Census Bureau. Americans fired from their jobs or isolated from friends and family are dying in unprecedented numbers. They're dying from suicides, overdose, and other deaths of despair. Unfortunately, nobody understands that as well as Brad Hunstable does. He's a business owner, a graduate of West Point. It's hard even to say this, but he just lost his son, Hayden, who was locked down as well. Brad Hunstable joins us tonight. Mr. Hunstable, thanks so much for coming on, and it is very hard to have this conversation. But you wanted to come because you thought it was important for the public to hear this, and I agree with you. So tell us the effect you think these policies had on your family.
Well, Tucker, 41 days ago, right above my head, my young 12-year-old boy, 3 days before his 13th birthday, took his life. Hayden was a normal kid. He wasn't depressed. He loved athletics. And I created a video that's since gone viral. And I said, the COVID virus, he died of the COVID virus. He didn't die of the COVID virus, but he died certainly because of the COVID virus. The isolation has created what I believe and what I worry and what I'm warning every parent in America tonight. An emotional tsunami is sweeping this nation, and I'm very concerned about it.
Flesh it out a little bit, if you would. The isolation, which, I mean, that's how we punish prisoners, by isolating them. Tell us the effects you think that is having on children.
Well, let me start by giving you some stats that I bet most of the people in America don't even know, and I certainly didn't know this prior to my son passing away. The second leading cause of death in the United States for 10 to 14-year-olds is suicide. The second leading cause of death of 15 to 24-year-olds is suicide. 25 to 34-year-olds is suicide. 80%, some studies have shown, up to 80% of all suicides were impulsive suicides. Yes. And that means they made the decision very, very, very quickly. 70% of those made the decision within the last hour, 40% within the last 5 minutes. And so when you combine that with social isolation, which is not the human condition, you set up a perfect storm in a scenario where we have what is taking place all across the country. And Tucker, I got the numbers to support it.
You and I have been talking. You said that you've seen, it hasn't just touched your family, hurt your family so much, but people around you in your community, people you know, have also gone through moments like this.
We lost another one in my small town. Almost lost a third one in my small town. We lost 4 in the town adjacent, 4 teens. One kid hung himself from the goalposts of the football stadium. And so there's probably a total of 6 around my town. My West Point buddy, unfortunately, passed away through a self-harm method just last week. This is a tragedy. And the stigma around suicide, I know it can be taboo. I know people don't want to talk about it because they don't know what to say. But what I've been screaming from as loud as I can is that conversations matter. We have to talk about it. What we've done in the past hasn't worked. It's time to try something different. And I implore every American, every parent out there, if you're working on your patio outside, grab your son, your daughter, take them to Home Depot. Take your kid on a walk. Conversations matter, and we're in a heightened state of anxiety.
Amen. People are not meant to be alone, and the bloodless technocrats don't get that, but it's true. It's always true. Always. Brad Hunstable, thank you for telling that story.
Thank you.
Pretty bracing.